Hi everybody, welcome to the Truly Myrtle podcast. I'm Libby and this is my weekly podcast all about knitting and making and anything else we feel like chatting about. I go live every week on YouTube and on Facebook. Oh, I hope I'm on Facebook. I'll see in a minute if I'm on Facebook. Let me put my glasses on, I can't even see you. This is a live podcast so you can chat with me in the chat box and I get to see you. So far I can see YouTube. I was having a little trouble with Facebook this morning, so fingers crossed they turn up. If they don't, then I'll get you people to go over and... no, they're still not here. I'll wait and see. Anyway, I'm Libby. I am the designer at Truly Myrtle. I design knitting patterns. I've got... Someone said to me the other day, it's 100 and something. It's a lot of knitting patterns. I've got a lot of knitting patterns on Ravelry and on my website at trulymyrtle.com. And I'm also the founder of Wardrobe Toolbox. Now, Wardrobe Toolbox is... Well, I've described it on the website as the ultimate knitting membership. And we're going to talk a little bit about Wardrobe Toolbox today because the doors are due to open. They open only twice a year in March and September. And so, excitingly, the doors are about to open and we're celebrating our 5-year anniversary of Wardrobe Toolbox. 5 years! And I know a whole bunch of you joined way back in March 2020 when the world was going crazy. And you're still there and you're still knitting along and you're still enjoying everything inside, and I'm so thrilled. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about Wardrobe Toolbox because a lot of people joined at last season for the season just gone, which was absolutely so exciting for all of us to have fresh faces and new knitting and all of those good things. And I just think it's helpful to walk through for you what happens inside so you don't have any crazy surprises, although there will always be surprises, right? Because that's just the way it is, and hopefully they're happy ones. Let me see who is here in the chat. There's a whole bunch of you here. Oh yeah, nice. Hi Sabrina, nice to see you. Hi everybody. I can't say all your names, there's too many. It's a beautiful sunny day here today. Warm again in Sydney. My husband told me the other day he has to talk to people in Sydney in his job, and he was saying the other day he was talking to someone and he said, is it cooling down a little bit? And she said it's 30 degrees today. And so it's definitely hot. Yay, we're on Facebook as well. Sometimes I can't quite figure it out because Facebook just plays little games on me. So thank goodness I'm here. It's a sunny day, Terry. Yay. A sunny day is a good thing. I went for my swim. Today was the first day where I thought, I don't know if I want to go in that pool. I've got this little personal challenge to myself. I just want to see how long I could keep swimming. I might turn up next week and say, I've done my dash. Like, I've done my dash. I traditionally, over the years, typically have been the person that swum the least. I like it to be hot, and then I like to swim when it's warm, and then as soon as end of February comes, I'm like, I'm out of here. It's getting too cold. But this year, I don't know what's come over me. I've so enjoyed just getting in the cold water. And I think it's because we had a hot summer. Anyway, this morning I thought, I don't know if I feel like that. And but I've got one of those little mini trampoline things at home. It's not that small. It's I think they call them a rebounder. I've got one of those. It's quite good because I can have a little bounce on that, and I quite like that. Anyway, I had a little bounce, and I have to fling the doors open behind me because I get quite hot. I don't go too mad. It has a handle, so I can hold on to the handle, and then I just have a bounce, and I can put something. We've got a screen in our sitting room. We don't have a TV, but we've got the screen, and so I can put something on it, and just 10 minutes or something, not very long. But I've got the cool air behind me, which is nice. And then by the end of it, I thought, oh no, I definitely am warm now. I want to go and get in the pool. So that gets me in the mood, and then I try and do it as quick as possible. I get to the edge of the pool and I just dive in as fast as I can, and every single time mid-dive I think, flippin' heck, there's no going back now. And then I hit the water and it's icy, but actually then it's really nice. So I did that, even though it really feels like autumn today. The sky is blue, and it's just my favorite time of the year. Am I wearing tui today? I am. I'm wearing tui. I've got the sleeves pulled up because I'm definitely not cold, but this is a really lovely weight, this jumper. It's tui, and it's funny, isn't it? Because when I start getting, the seasons change and you get back into some of the knits you haven't worn for ages, and every single time without fail. I start putting on knits and I think, oh, I should do something else like this. I really love the way this one fits. I should do another one like this. And my whole brain just starts to explode with other ideas about what I want to be making. This is a little drop shoulder. It's got this little, it's got a little bit of a detail here that runs down the side. And she has just a nice little simple drop shoulder with a neck. And then I have these turned hems. So I've got a high-low hem on the body. And then I've got a little turned hem, and I'm just wearing it just straight over my bra. I haven't got anything underneath. She's actually a 50% Falkland merino and 50% linen. And I picked up my floozy too, which is a sock, like a sock yarn. It's a non-superwash, has a bit of silk, has a bit of cashmere. I think, does that one have cashmere? Yeah, I think it does, and a little bit of superwash merino, and maybe a little bit of nylon. I can't remember, but I picked up that one, and it just felt too woolly today, and so I went for this one because I don't know, it just has more of that sweatshirty feel, and it really feels like sweatshirty weather. In fact, the other day I wore Maiden as well. It's the same yarn, so I just yank up the sleeves, and then I'm good to go. You're expecting a rainy change this afternoon in Melbourne, Rebecca. Oh, it's been good to have the rain. We've had some rain. Oh, Juliet, so nice to see you. Claire's telling me, there are 116 truly myrtle patterns on Ravelry. I think that's pretty good. I don't mind. I know there are people that have got lots more than that, but I don't mind. That's pretty good. I actually am amazed. Sometimes I look at them all and I think, what on earth overcame me with all of these patterns? But I have so many more I want to make. Hi Wendy, it's so lovely to see you. Hi Pam, it's so lovely to see you. Now I can see some faces here, some lovely faces of some of my wardrobe toolboxes, and at the end of every season we do a survey and ask people about how it was in the last season, and they can write down a little bit of a blurb about what they liked about it or didn't like about it, or a little chance just to write something about Wardrobe Toolbox. And I ask them, do you mind if I put this on the website or put it somewhere, if I can use your thing? If that's okay, just say yes. Oh, I'm breaking up. Hopefully it's not too bad. I think I'm all okay my end. Anyway, I say, do you mind? And they can say yes. Oh no, have I got sound problems? I'll just keep ploughing on because it's probably not me. I haven't even got my phone near me to tell Mr. Myrtle, get off the internet. He should know that. Anyway, this time I said, can I have your photo as well? I went back to a whole bunch of people and I said, do you think I could have your photo as well as your name, and tell people where you're from and when you started and all of those things? And just about everybody I asked said yes, because I think some of them, maybe the email went to junk. I'm assuming they said, everybody that I wrote to pretty much said yes. So that's really good. And so if you hop over to the website, the Wardrobe Toolbox website, it's at wardrobetoolbox.com. She's had a facelift. It's unbelievable. It still might have little tweaks going on, but hopefully it sets out for you now what's inside Wardrobe Toolbox, the kind of knitter that you are, and how we can help you. We will eventually adapt that, I think, that little portion of it, so that you can decide what kind of knitter I am. But in the meantime, I've identified 3 different kinds of knitters as I see it inside Wardrobe Toolbox. And then we talk about, if you're this kind of knitter, what can we help you with? And then it's just everything that comes in Wardrobe Toolbox is broken down, and you'll see all these lovely testimonials of our fabulous members just dotted through. So you can see what they have got out of it. And I love reading what people have got out of things. So for some of you who are here, you might want to go and check out the website because you might see yourself there. And if we've done something wrong, please let us know, because hopefully we've got the right name with the right picture and the right details. But if you notice a little problem, just let us know. Oh, good, Wendy. I've started sending an email to my Wardrobe Toolboxes in the morning that this podcast comes out, just to let them know that the podcast is here, so that it's coming live. I don't send it to the Truly Myrtle list, but the Wardrobe Toolboxes, you're getting that. Wendy said she really likes getting it. Yeah, good. We're going to keep doing that. And there's an option that if you don't want it, you can just opt out of that email. So As long as you don't opt out of all the emails, just opt out of that one. Oh, good, you can hear me really well. Fantastic. Australian wool store, good morning. It's a delicious autumn morning in Sydney. You love this time of the year. It's the best time of the year. I think it's the best time of the year. it's all promise and no expectation. I just love it. I don't expect it to be warm, but when we have a beautiful sunny day, I love it. The thrill of starting to poke through some of my jumpers, looking at some of my warmer clothes, boots. I love wearing boots. I just love it. It's so good. Anyway, enough about that. I thought I would talk to you today about what happens inside Wardrobe Toolbox. I've got a bunch of stuff to be getting on with, so I won't be here forever telling you all about it. But I thought let's run through some of the stuff so you know what happens inside. And if you're thinking about joining, you can get a better sense of what you're actually joining. So the doors are going to open well, I'm actually going to open them next Sunday, not this Sunday, but next Sunday. I've got to go to Christchurch next week for teaching, and I'll be back on Sunday night, and then we will open the doors on Sunday night, so they're ready for Monday morning. So officially, the doors are open on Monday, the 31st of March, and so that's when the doors open, and then you can sign up, and they'll be open for 5 days this time. I used to open them for longer, but we ran into all sorts of hiccups with people just being in but can't get in. And so we've scrunched it down. So it's only 5 days this time. So we'll open them on the Monday, and they'll be closing on Friday at midnight. Probably be Saturday morning by the time I wake up, but I might stay up till midnight and do it. We'll see. But so it's 5 days, Monday to Friday. These are New Zealand times. And so for those of you in the Northern Hemisphere, it will be Sunday night through to, I guess, Thursday night. So you want to be in as quick as you can in the beginning. Now, for those of you who are thinking of joining, just note this. Our knit night for Wardrobe Toolbox, the last one of season 10, because we run in seasons, I'll explain that in a minute. Our knit night is actually is on Wednesday, New Zealand time, Wednesday morning. It's a great time for a lot of you around the world. It's about this time on Wednesday morning. That's a New Zealand time. So some of you, it'll be Tuesday night. Now, if you want to come to that knit night with us, and we would love you to do that if you're a new member, then join early. Join on that first day or two, because then you'll get a chance to come and join us for the knit night. And that's really fun. It's the only thing we do that isn't recorded, and it's such a nice session, and they can go on and on and on, and you can dive in and out. I think our longest knit night is 3 hours one time. That's our longest. Usually we usually hit hour and a half, 2 hours. And as more and more people get braver to put their hand up and jump on the screen, we can go on for longer and longer. And sometimes I get quite caught up with things, and I ask lots of questions. So we basically go around the circle, and you don't have to put your hand up at all or take part. But if you want to, you get the opportunity to do that, and we don't record it, so nobody gets to see it later. Although Sabrina, who's here, does a really, really good job of making notes of what everybody talked about. So if you're like, I really liked that pattern that person was making, or that yarn, or blah, 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 she keeps notes of everything, and then you can go back and find it later with her links. Knit Night is a great session of inspiration and sharing. Every single month, Barbara, I think the same. Every single month I come away thinking, oh my goodness, there are so many good things to do in the knitting world. I just need more time to do them all. It's really, really inspiring. So if you want to join us for that, you're going to want to sign up right in the beginning when the doors are open on those first 2 days. And I will send you emails once you've signed up, and that will invite you in. So once you're in, you can come along. If you don't join up till Thursday, obviously it will have already been. So where do we start? With what's inside? I hope that I've laid it out a little bit more in the website. So essentially, I'll just tell you one more thing. Once you've signed up, we close the doors on Friday. Wardrobe Toolbox will begin. I get confused. Sometimes I say the doors are opening, and then I say now the doors are opening. Like, basically the doors open to sign up, and then they shut. And then Wardrobe Toolbox begins. And so we're going to shut the doors on the Friday, and that's it. Nobody else can join after that. And then the new season, which is season 11, will begin on Monday. We're bang into it, just straight into it this time. We have had before, you've had a bit of a wait. Not this time. We are just bowling on in, and oh my goodness, we've got so many things planned for April because it's our 5th anniversary. There's some new things we've got. I don't want to tell you all the excitement of what's coming, but this time you're getting 2 patterns, and we've got a very special guest joining us in April, which I am over the moon about. And we've got 2 guests joining us in April. There's lots of things going on. We're getting a yarn swap organised. That'll probably kick off in May. We've just got back to back so many fun things coming. There's going to be quite a big change inside Wardrobe Toolbox. It's not changing what's actually happening, but it's adding to it. I just don't quite know. Where shall I start? The first thing I want to say is if you're feeling really strapped for time and you're worried that joining Wardrobe Toolbox is going to make you, a little bit behind and you just can't keep up, please don't worry about that, because the thing about it is it's like a club. Sometimes I've described it as a school. If someone asks me what I do, I say, well, I have this like knitting school, but it's not actually school. There's no homework and you don't have to keep up, and there is a lot of information, and if some of it doesn't suit you, just don't do it. Just do the stuff that works for you and just absolutely leave the rest. We get a new pattern every second month. Sometimes you won't be so thrilled about that pattern, and that is fine, doesn't matter. You'll get the new pattern. If you want to knit it, fantastic. If you want to come back to it later, great. If you don't want to knit it at all, fine. You just can take the things that work for you and leave the rest. There is so much stuff there to choose from that you'll feel like you're getting enough, I think. Every month, or it's going to be, I'm changing things up slightly in terms of the lessons. I give you a lesson and I teach you something new, and we're trying to just flesh out our toolbox and our knowledge about choosing a pattern, finding the right yarn, swatching, getting the right size, the fabric that we love, looking at the pattern. Is this going to fit me? Where do I want to make modifications? Is the shape good on me? How do I make the modifications? Or if you want to take it further, how do I totally change this pattern up because I like the bones of it, but actually now I've made it once, I want to make it again. I want to make it totally different this time. Or the third kind of level of knitter where you're thinking, all right, I've kind of got the gist of this now, and actually now I've got this pattern and it's great, but I want to inject a little bit of myself into it. I try and help you with all of those things. I need to slow down and start at the beginning, I think. When you come in the doors, you'll come into the Wardrobe Toolbox website, and it seems like a lot of stuff there. And I've been really conscious that there has been a lot of stuff and information in there that covers all the little aspects that we cover inside Wardrobe Toolbox. You get access to all of the old lessons that we've had and all of the old information. You can see all of the old patterns, but if you want the old patterns, you can buy them. They're at a good discount in there all the time. But you can see everything that's come before, the masterclasses and the Q&As and all of that sort of thing that's come before. And sometimes you can sit there and you think, I don't even know where to begin. So the new thing that we're bringing to Wardrobe Toolbox is we're starting something called Sweater Fit Plus. And it's going to be like a course inside Wardrobe Toolbox. And the way we've started it is we've gathered together all of the key pieces of information that we think you need when you start your sweater knitting journey. And we've put it all together in one place, broken it into modules, and we're going to walk you through bit by bit by bit. Now it's totally self-directed. You can take yourself through as quick as you want or as slow as you want, and it comes with its own pattern. That course I say in very loose terms because it's a series that's broken into modules so that you can understand, all right, we're starting with something, we're going and we're talking about swatching, we're choosing a size, we're going to add, do you want bust darts, some of the techniques you need to knit a top-down sweater. We're focusing on top-down knits. I thought about doing more seamed knits. I have asked a lot of you what you want. You tell me you don't want that. You don't want seamed knits. You want more top-down knits. So we are going to keep our focus on that. But over there in the Sweater Fit Plus, this pathway, you can just logically go through. You don't have to hunt around for information. All the other information is there if you have a specific question, but you can just work through and tick things off as you go and watch them, and it's easy to come back and find things if you want them again. It will have its own pattern, I said that. And the other thing we're introducing with it is we're going to have a question and answer session just for Sweater Fit Plus. So it's all inside Wardrobe Toolbox. It's like you're getting a course with everything else. You're getting something that's very specific. And once a month, we're going to have a dedicated question and answer session for that pathway. And you will have the opportunity inside those modules and inside the thing that you're following. It's all over here, right? It's on the website. It's just over here. You can ask questions. We'll get to the end of a module and we'll say, all right, did you get that? And we'll ask you a few questions. It's just like a little check. You can say, oh yeah, okay, no, that's in my head now, I've got that. And at the end of it, we'll say, did you have any more questions? And then you can type in a question. And I will get those questions. And then once a month, it'll be on the third week of the month, we will have a Q&A just for Sweater Fit Plus. If you're a really, really experienced knitter and you just bust through everything and you're up to that kind of, knitting, you're a knitting architect, that's what I'm calling you, where you're thinking, I'm just totally, pulling in from my own head and I'm putting patterns together and I'm bidding a bit of that one and a bit of that one, but actually, Libby, can you tell me how do I make this work for me from scratch? If you're that, then Sweater Fit Plus may not be something that you want to join in on, but it's all there for you if you do. If you're joining Wardrobe Toolbox and you have not knitted a top-down sweater before, or if you're feeling really nervous because all the ones you've knitted have just been hopeless and a disaster and they don't fit right, then Sweater Fit Plus is for you. And if you're in the middle, I think you actually might find it quite useful too. They're always useful because I think it takes us a lot of times to hear something and learn it. And even when we think we know it, sometimes years later, we'll hear something again and we'll think, oh my goodness, I have a deeper understanding about that now. And so they're always good just to catch up with. But so we'll have the Q&A that goes specifically with Sweater Fit Plus. It will evolve over time. I'm going to add content to that isn't on the rest of Wardrobe Toolbox. I'm going to create specific content for it that slots in and fleshes it out. And the people that join now, you will get to help me mold that, or everyone that's in there now, you will get me to help me mold this Sweater Fit Plus pathway so that it really works for you. And I like having your feedback, and it means I can create things that just fit in beautifully. So I'm really looking forward to that. The really exciting news is that everybody who is here for the entirety of season 11, we work in seasons. So we started way back in March 2020 with season 1, and every 6 months when the doors open, we start a new season. I like a new beginning. It's a nice way of thinking about things. And so we have from season 1 all through to season 10. Lisa, that is a really good question. Sweater Fit Plus doesn't cost anything else. Nothing else. It's all included. I just became very conscious, particularly with this last intake of people, that I now have very distinct levels of knitter inside Wardrobe Toolbox. And the advanced people, I think we're catering to pretty well. I think there's more I can do with those knitting architects at the top, but they just need to give me some questions and I will answer them. But I think I've called it Pattern Explorer. My pattern explorers, they're the people who pick up a pattern and they say, I love this pattern. Oh my gosh, I love this pattern. I love everything about this pattern. I love the color. I love the yarn. I love everything about this pattern. I want to make this pattern. Whoops, this will not fit me. This is not going to work for me, but I want that. Those people, we will talk to you about yarn substitution and swatching and figuring out what size to choose, where do you need modifications and how to make them. But you're going to basically knit that pattern, but you're going to make it work for you. That's my first level. And so I think I'm calling them pattern explorers. Those are the people I think are going to benefit most from this Sweater Fit Plus, but it's all included. So we work in seasons, 6-month seasons, and we're just finishing season 10. We're about to go into season 11. And for everybody that's here for the entirety of season 11, because we're getting new content inside Sweater Fit Plus over this season, everybody that's here for season 11 and in the future, once you're there for an entire season, that's 6 months, you will be able to keep Sweater Fit Plus when you leave. I've never done anything like this before. And so previously I've said it's like Netflix, guys. You come in, you watch all the shows, you cancel your subscription, and you're out. And I've always been conscious, I quite like you to keep something, but it was very difficult to know how to do that. And so this is a radical change for me. Radical. You will be able to keep Sweater Fit Plus forever once you leave. You will also then be given the option to continue to join in the Q&As. That's not a given. You don't automatically get access to those ongoing Q&As, but you will be able to jump in. It'll just be a tiny little fee so that you can join the Q&As going forward if you want. But the guts of it is, if you sign up in the beginning of season 11 or any season going forward, and you buy a full season subscription, you will keep that when you leave. And if you've stayed for the entire season, even if you're paying month to month, I'll talk to you about the different payment structures in a second. Even if you're paying month to month, once you've paid for the entire season, you get to keep that if you decide to leave. A lot of people don't leave. The majority of people that come to Wardrobe Toolbox, they don't leave. They're still there because the community is really, really good. We're very, very flexible. You get your specific questions answered. So I'll just tell you quickly about the payment structure, seeing as I already talked about that. The fees are going to stay the same. Once the amount that you sign up with will be the amount you pay forever. You don't get a change of price. Lucky season 1, they're still on the same price they paid back then. I've kept the price the same for the last couple of years. I've been very conscious about the cost of living for everybody. I do want it to be affordable, and so I've kept it the same. I am keeping it the same this time, but I am going to have to reconsider that in October. So there's a chance it might go up a little bit in October. But everybody that joins now, you will keep this price forever. And currently the price is $38.50 per month. That's a New Zealand dollar. Guys, if you live in America right now, or if you live in the UK, that is a bargain. Oh my goodness, the exchange rate is amazing for you right now. So I have it in New Zealand dollars because it just gives me some certainty, and it also gives my Kiwis a lot of certainty about price. I can't be doing it in American dollars because the wild fluctuations in price just really knock my New Zealanders and my Australians about. So I keep it in New Zealand dollars. But if you do the conversion, maybe someone would put them in the chat for me. I'll let you know. If you jump on my mini mag list and just go to trulymyrtle.com/mini mag, I will give you this information in the next week so that you can have a better sense of what's going on in terms of cost. But so you can pay $38.50 a month, New Zealand dollars, and once you've paid for 6 of those, you get to keep it. If you join up month by month, you can leave at any time. You don't have to stay for the 6 months. But if you don't stay for the 6 months, you won't be able to keep the course. Is that clear? Because it is an expensive course, and so you just add up your cost over time. So if it works for you just to pay it off bit by bit, that's fine. And then a lot of you will just say, actually, you know what? This is fantastic. I freaking love it in here. This is so good. I'm going to stay. And I know most of you already do that. And so then you just roll over and you just keep going. And then you've already reached the point that eventually when you want to go, you get to keep it. You'll get to keep the pattern with it as well. Everything, you'll have access to it. And because it's evolving, you will get whatever is new. So as I update it, you will have access to that new stuff as well. But of course, I would like you to stay. I don't want you to leave. And so I would love you to stay in Wardrobe Toolbox if you want to. But I just thought I'd let you know that. The other way you can subscribe is you buy a whole season subscription. And it's a 6-month subscription. And you pay it at the beginning. And then you don't pay it again. In 6 months' time, you pay it again. And you just pay it twice a year, the 6-month subscription. It is a discount. So I can't remember off the top of my head what it is. But it's cheaper than paying month by month. It's got a discount on it. So some of you might like to just get that cost out of the way. And if you do that, then that entitles you to stay for the entire season. And once you've finished the season, if you decide that you want to continue, fantastic. And if you don't, that's it. You've got your access to that little part. It's about 23 UK pounds. And I think it might be about $18. Is that what you're going to say? No, I don't think so. I think it's about 23 UK pounds. Jan says, I'm a relative beginner, 6 knitted items now, 2 in the round, and debating if I need more experience before joining Wardrobe Toolbox. I've crocheted sweaters, but I never knit one. I know the basics like yarn over SSK and knit 2 together. I think that is what I'm going to try and help you. You're the person I'm trying to help most, I think, right now, because I'm seeing more and more people picking up their knitting needles again, or deciding, like my mum at the moment, I'm going to talk to you about that another day, deciding to knit your first top-down sweater. And I think, or you've just knitted a gazillion sweaters and they're never for you. They're always for someone else. And now you're like, I think I want to knit one for me, but I'd like it to fit me. That knitter is what I'm really trying to focus on with this Sweater Fit Plus. And so I feel like if you haven't knitted, you don't have to have knitted a sweater before. And in fact, because top-down knitting is, because we focus on top-down knitting, and it does require just a little mind shift to figure out how to get down from the top. And there's lots of little tips and tricks in there. Because there's that, in a way, it's quite nice if you're coming at this fresh, because you can just pick everything up without having to complicate it with everything you already know. It doesn't matter if you've already knitted things before, but it isn't a bad idea if you haven't knitted a sweater before. So would you keep up? Yes, you will keep up with a lot of it. Some of it will be too advanced for you, for sure. But like I said right in the beginning, if it doesn't work for you, leave that bit and just focus on the bits that do work for you. We have really good opportunities to ask questions. We've got our own lounge, which is off social media. It's attached to our website. I thoroughly recommend we talk to you a lot about how to navigate the website and how to navigate the lounge. We're very conscious about, technical hampering, like this is new technology for a lot of us, most of us, and so we try and walk you through the technology to make it as simple as possible. But I really encourage you just to visit the lounge a lot and ask questions, because we've got fantastic moderators, we've got me, we've got experienced knitters inside our group, and they're really, really good at helping and answering your questions. So we've got the lounge, which is always open 24/7. The lounge is open where you can ask questions, and I really recommend you utilize that resource. The other thing we have is we have lessons, and some of those lessons are more basic and some of those lessons are more advanced, and we can direct you to the right place. And if you have a question and we're saying, oh right, okay, well we think this lesson would be great for you actually, and we can link to it and you can go back and have a look at it. We've also got masterclasses and things where we've had guests. They come in every month. So the other thing we've got is a regular Q&A session. I've mentioned that we're going to have one for Sweater Fit Plus, which is going to be at a more foundational level. Those questions, so the questions will come out of that course. But otherwise, we have a question and answer session every single month, and it's recorded and it's live. We do it live, so you're on the screen. If you can make it live, I try and vary the times. You can throw your question into the chat, but actually what is really good is when you send me your questions in advance, and they can be about any pattern. You're not restricted to knitting only Truly Myrtle patterns inside there, or just Wardrobe Toolbox patterns. You can knit any pattern you want to knit, and we will help you. It's really, really a great resource, that Q&A, so that you can come along, and even if you don't have a question, you might hear someone else ask something and you think, oh, actually, yeah, that's actually interesting for me. You'll always learn new things there. No matter how experienced you are, those sessions are really helpful. I find them really helpful. I love them. So we have the Q&A every month as well, and those are really the places that we can check in and ask questions, specific questions, the lounge and the Q&A. And of course, if you get stuck, you can just email us. We have we man our emails on working hours, and Claire mans the email and answers questions at the end of that. And so if you're really stuck, you can send an email, and then often Claire will send me a question and she'll say, oh, this is a good one, and I can take that and talk about it in the Q&A as well. We're really wanting to be responsive to the things that you need. So long answer to a very quick question is, I wouldn't be too worried about your level of skill, because we're very conscious about 3 distinct groups of knitters and meeting their needs. And the way to get your needs met, the same in life as it is in Wardrobe Toolbox, is ask. You need to ask us. If you have a question, if you're not confused, just ask. No question is stupid, and so just ask. and we will help you. And we're more than happy to help you. We love helping you. There's nothing more thrilling than whoop, 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 I've suddenly got it. Or, oh my gosh, I feel more confident. That's what I hear most of the time. That's the most common thing I hear. I feel more confident. That is just such a lovely thing. But if you don't ask, I won't know. So you need to ask me your questions. Okay, let's have a little look at your questions. Oh, okay. Claire's saying that for the full 6 months, it's currently the current price is $210 for the full 6 months. That's New Zealand dollars. So if you're in pounds or if you're in US dollars, then it's going to be, that's quite a good price, I think, at the moment. And if you sign up for the 6 months, you get to keep the Knit Fit Plus. One of the testimonials, oh, she's so sweet. One of the testimonials you'll see on the wardrobe might have been Peggy, I think. I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Peggy. She said, it's the best online knitting classes I've come across. I thought that was so nice. So, yeah, you can keep all that stuff if you sign up for 6 months. Lisa, that's a bargain. I'm really looking forward to joining. What's the doors opening date again? Is it the 31st? Yeah. The doors will open on Monday the 31st. So we've got one more week and then the doors will be open for 5 days. Please jump on my mini mag list or sign up at Wardrobe Toolbox. If you've signed up to Wardrobe Toolbox waiting list, I will contact you and I will remind you and I'll remind you and I'll remind you, because I know what it's like and sometimes you just don't have a moment to think about it right now. So I will send you lots of emails and I will let you know, okay guys, ready, steady, go, this is the time, join now. It's going to close tomorrow. I will make sure you don't miss out if you want to join. Rebecca said, I was a really new knitter when I joined Wardrobe Toolbox and I have loved it. I've learned so many things. There's a lot of O's in that. So many things. And I have never even heard of a lot of the terminology used in knitting. Oh, that's so nice to hear, Rebecca. I know. I think you've said lovely things. The first pattern you tried, which was Queenie, you've been there for ages, stressed me out no end, even to the point of tears. Oh, Rebecca, but Libby helped me walk through it and I did it. Yes. And now if I make an error, it doesn't worry me at all and I know how to fix it. That is, you see, that is what it's all about. And I think one of the other lovely things about Wardrobe Toolbox is a lot of the people that join Wardrobe Toolbox have a real can-do attitude. And people talk about that as being a New Zealand thing, but I don't think it is just a New Zealand thing. It's a can-do, like, bugger it, I'm going to do it. I can do that. I just need to get stuck in and I can do that. I can learn it because I totally know that you can do it. And it's just a matter of figuring out what is the little trick for you that makes it stick, or what is the little trick for you that helps it get in your brain to make that easier for you. I am absolutely sure you can do it. You can do it. And we are there to make sure that you can do it, that you will learn. And we'll say things like a million different ways until we're like, is that the way you're going to understand? Is that the way you're going to understand? Joining Wardrobe Toolbox totally expanded my knitting skills, especially knitting garments top down that fit me. Yahoo! This is Tamsin. It's lovely being part of this community of knitters and designers. Yeah, it's really good, isn't it? Does anyone ever discuss crochet patterns? Not as yet, although I have thought it would be nice to get someone to come in to Wardrobe Toolbox as a masterclass guest to talk about crochet. I have looked at that. I haven't got one organised for next season, but it is something on my list of things to do. But we don't really talk about crochet. I mean, there are crocheters. You could probably ask a crocheting question. A lot of our members are multi-craftual. Multi-craftual? Is that even a word? Like they do lots of crafts. One thing we do because I love it and because it's just an extra, it's just a bonus on top of everything else, is if you are someone that wants to really get stuck into a bit of sewing and you've made a garment and you want to make something to go with it, we do have a bonus. We have bonus sewing content. And so I have lovely Audsley, who is our in-house sewing advisor, and she runs bonus sessions about sewing. She did a really good one this week about just your questions about sewing. The thing about sewing is it so beautifully relates over to knitting, particularly when you're trying to do fixes and fit. And so we run sew-alongs and we run these little sessions where you can ask questions of Audsley, and she's done a lot of really great sessions just to learn about your sewing machine and how to sew and things like that. But that is totally an extra. That's extra to other things. Just like our masterclass guests. So every month we have, everything kind of runs on a monthly program. At the beginning of the month, I send you a calendar and I say, this is what's happening this month. This is the calendar for April. It's huge. We've got a lot of stuff going on in April. And so we start at the beginning of the week. Every second month you'll get a pattern. So at the beginning of the month, if there's a pattern, I'll give you links to that. There might be a new lesson. I'll give you links to that. We then have our Q&A. We will also have a masterclass where I invite guests to come. We've had some amazing guests, and we are going to have more amazing guests come, and they give a lesson, or they inspire us, or they totally take us out of our comfort zone. We've got one tonight, actually. Lovely Sarah from Bombed Yarns. She's done a fabulous masterclass for us before. The last one she did was about reading a skein. And so if you pick up a skein of yarn, she's a dyer from Australia, picking up a skein of yarn, like, what does it even mean if it's all multicolored and speckled? How is it going to knit up? And she talked us through about how to read our yarn. And tonight she's coming back because her other passion is sashiko stitching, and so she's just going to do us a masterclass about that. So we do all sorts of things. The other month we had a fantastic masterclass. We spoke to some people in Ireland who are they're producing traditional Irish linen, and so we have all sorts of interesting people that come along to talk about that. We will often have a bonus session that pops up. We will now also have our Sweater Success. I need to change that name. I changed it. Sweater Fit Plus Q&A, and we answer your questions about that new part that's coming into Wardrobe Toolbox. We have Claire's Cafe. Claire, who is my very lovely assistant, runs a cafe once a month, and it's just another nice chance to grab your knitting, sit down and have a natter. And she always has a theme that she talks about, and people can jump on the screen and show their stuff. So we have Claire's Cafe, and then we usually wrap up the month with either Claire's Cafe or a knit night. We always have a knit night every month as well, and I've talked about the knit night already. They can go on for hours. They're really good fun, and I sit here and I am asking you all the questions about what you're working on, and we always enjoy those. They're fantastic. We have knit-alongs, we have sew-alongs, we have little things over in the lounge. At the moment we're having a thing about refresh your project, your little notions pouches. I've actually bought a little notions pouch. On the back of that I have to show everybody, and we have all sorts of things about finishing things, or just all sorts of little fun things that you can join in with over in the lounge. We're going to have our yarn swap. I've got another amazing idea for the end of the year, which I can't wait to start working on. My poor helpers, my poor team. I'm going to give them so much extra stuff to do. And we have sew-alongs as well that go along. So next season, the first sew-along we're going to have is actually a jeans sew-along. So there's always something happening. Please don't feel that you have to do everything. You really don't. You can just do the stuff that works for you. Only me and my team have to do everything. But the rest of you can just take what works for you and just don't worry about the other stuff. Just take whatever you want out of it. You can come back to things. You can revisit things. Sometimes we have things called refresh sessions where we go back and look at old material. But I think this new Sweater Fit Plus will be a great thing for that. Barbara says, I can't imagine not having Wardrobe Toolbox in my life now. I think that is one of the things. I think it's a lifestyle. If you have a knitting lifestyle, or if you want a knitting lifestyle, especially at the moment, I'm finding I'm really relishing having this little haven for me in my world that is just something I just have to do, that I can't not do. I have to knit. I have to make things. I adore making clothes. I love dressing up. I just love nutting out a problem. I love knitting. I love yarn. I love everything about it. And to be in a little haven like that and be around other people that don't say weird, like they all get it. Everybody gets it. And to have that is just really, really special. And oh my goodness, it's actually a relief. It's a total relief. You can just go into the hole, focus on knitting. I like it. I like being able to do that. Sharon says, I find Wardrobe Toolbox fantastic. I knitted Reef as my first top down and everyone thought it was store-bought. Whoop, whoop. That is so good. Wardrobe Toolbox is fantastic. Oh, that's really good. Reef is my little sleeveless tank. Yeah, I'm so pleased. Tracy said, I would love to try a crochet jumper or summer top. Could be a fun Wardrobe Toolbox adventure. It could be a fun Wardrobe Toolbox adventure. And I think, never say never, actually, Tracy, but it wouldn't be me doing it. It would be someone else. So we'll just have to see how that goes along. At the moment, all the patterns are designed by me because I am a bit of a control freak when it comes to that, and I like to know what you're getting, and then I can teach to that as well. And I also can think of things that would be fun for you to try. I'll show you very quickly what the last patterns were last season, because then it's just a good example of how I can be very responsive to what you want, and then I can incorporate it into material. US dollars, it's $22.37 per month. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's actually a really, really good price, isn't it? Oh my gosh, we are getting knocked about down here with our exchange rate. We do have a crochet group in the lounge. Claire's reminding me. So we have little groups in the lounge that you can go enjoy. So join and enjoy. So if you're a spinner or a sewer or a crocheter, or you love making socks, or you love making whatever, you can go back and join other things. The previous speakers and classes won't be visible. No, they are all visible. So when you are brand new and you're coming into Wardrobe Toolbox, imagine you've walked into a banquet hall with a smorgasbord. Absolutely everything is available for you to eat off the banquet, but just not the patterns. So the old patterns are there. They're all there. You can find them and you can buy them. But everything else is totally available to you. I always have those patterns from other seasons at discount prices. I mean, if you think about it, if you decide to join for 1 month and you just come in and I give you access to all those patterns, there are, how many seasons have we got? 10. There are at least 3 patterns every season, sometimes more. That's 30 patterns. And so I do pop those behind a little barrier and I say, if you want those patterns, here they are. But and they come at a great discounted price, but those ones you just have to access separately. You will get, when you join, 2 brand new patterns on the very first day, and that is going to happen from now on, because there will always be a pattern inside this sweater fit plus. There will always be a pattern in there. That pattern will probably stay the same, so once you've got it once, you're not going to get it again, obviously, and you'll get to keep that one. But you will always get a brand new pattern. I'm actually looking at them over there. That will meet you when you're first in the door. So in the season you're in, you have access to all those patterns and you get to keep those. I mean, you can download those. We aren't the weird ones. The non-knitters are, says Barbara. Well, yes. I got you that when I had on my Wayfarer sweater. Oh, that's so good, Kim. So the Wayfarer sweater was one of our Wardrobe Toolbox patterns. I love hearing these stories. They make me so thrilled. What is the sweater I'm wearing today? This is Tui. I'm wearing Tui. She's like a sweatshirt. I need more sweatshirts. I put her on this morning and I thought, oh my gosh, I really could do with another couple of these ones. Okay, you see, wow, yeah. Like my team keep telling me, stop giving away so many things, Libby. But I just want you to enjoy it all as well. So yeah, come in. There's a smorgasbord. Some people will find that a little overwhelming. Don't panic. Don't freak out about the smorgasbord. You just take your time. You look at the calendar. You do what works for you that month. You go over to Sweater Fit Plus. I'll walk you through it. You come to some of the sessions and just slowly ease yourself into it. And then once you've been there a little while, you'll be able to look around and everything will start to make more sense. In the beginning, there's a lot of stuff. We've tried to lay it out so it's really clear, but there's going to be new terminology. There's going to be a little bit of new technology. And so in the beginning, just go easy on yourself and just enjoy the new pattern, knit it with us, or come and chat in the lounge. Come to the live sessions. I'll always remind you about those. Those are on Zoom, or catch up with them later, and just keep an eye on your inbox. Everything we do, I send you things on your emails. So please never unsubscribe to a Wardrobe Toolbox email, because that's how I contact you. If you are a Wardrobe Toolboxer and you're sitting there right now and you're like, emails, please send us an email to support@wardrobetoolbox.com and we will help you get back on the email list, because that's how I contact you every single week. And then I'll send you reminders and I'll tell you what's happening, and I'll tell you, it's a live video tomorrow, guys, and it's a live video in half an hour, things like that. Here's the live video as we've just had it. Here's the replay. Oh yeah, this yarn is Black Lioness 4-ply. That's right. Thank you for that. It's sort of like a sport weight, really. It's 50 Falkland Corridor. Oh, it's 50 Falkland Corridor. What? Oh, 50 Falkland Corridale / merino wool. They may have changed the makeup of it. I feel like it was always just merino, but okay. And 50% linen. Yeah, this is what Alyssa says, and Alyssa's been with us for ages. I love going back through the masterclasses. I take on more info each time. It's a learning process. Yeah. Oh, Black has discontinued this yarn. This is the best yarn. That's really sad. I'm sad to see that. The masterclasses are always an hour long. Sometimes they go over a little bit over the hour, but not much. The masterclasses are one of my highlights of the month, because I invite everybody, and so I love hearing from them. They are a highlight for me, and they're so interesting. So we've had some really interesting ones. We've had ones from, mill owners to sheep, people that breed sheep, to spinners, spinning cotton, knitting with cotton. We had some ones about that. We've had, we've had some really technical ones. Suzanne Bryan joined us to talk about sleeves and different shoulder and sleeve constructions. And we've had Carson Demers has come a few times to talk about ergonomics and how to knit comfortably. Who else have we had in there? I mean, our lovely Ethan has come quite a few times. He's talked to us about all sorts of technical things around knitting. And then we've had people that have just knitted a handmade wardrobe, and they just come and talk about it and inspire us. We've had masterclasses about arranging your stash. I'm really looking forward to some of the ones that are coming up this season. And I'm going to talk to the Wardrobe Toolboxes a bit more about that when we start. But I'm really looking forward to the ones coming up this season. And I'm already booking them for for the next season. Those are getting booked right now. So I book people way in advance. It's really fun. It's really, really good part of it. And they're a bit like a TV show, so you can go back and watch later. Sarah says, I find I dip in and out. Sometimes I'm able to catch lots of lives. Otherwise I catch the replays. And sometimes I watch through several lessons of masterclasses a week. When I have the time, it's very easy to dip in and out when you're busy. Fantastic. Yeah, that's good to hear. The recent colour work one was really good, very inspiring, wasn't she? We had Janine from Feral Knitter, and she talked to us about colour work, and she took us in a direction that I was not expecting, and it was so interesting and so inspiring. And yeah, it was fun. So I absolutely love the masterclasses, but that is just a little part of everything else in there. So overall, have you got any questions? If you have any questions about Wardrobe Toolbox, can you send them to me or put them underneath this video, because I will answer your questions next week if you have any specific questions, and we'll just go over a little bit more because the doors will be about to open. And if you have a question that you want to ask me, do that. I'm going to quickly show you the patterns from last season so you get a sense of things. I did actually step it up slightly last season for the patterns, so there were some that involved quite a few new techniques, and I think it's because we got to a point where we'd had a lot of knitters are still there from right in the beginning and so they have come in and they've told me that they came in really not knowing an awful lot, and then over the years they now feel like very confident knitters, and that is so fantastic. We have all learned so much. How do you join? You go to wardrobetoolbox.com and just pop your name in the box at the moment, and I'll email you and I'll let you know when it's time to join. So I'd had quite a few requests from people. Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? And I made a decision that I would incorporate some of that into my patterns last season. And so I'm just pivoting. I'm doing all sorts of pivots. I'm trying to... I just love designing patterns. I've got so many more I want to do. Anyway, this was the first one last season. I don't know if I'll do another brioche pattern in a hurry, but we did do brioche. I had a lot of people asking me, can we do brioche? Can we do brioche? Can we do brioche? And so I actually just took us right back to basics, and we did a brioche pattern with a shawl. The first pattern in the month, and the first pattern that you'll get in the season, is generally an accessory. And but this time, if you're brand new to Wardrobe Toolbox, you'll also be getting a garment, and so for ongoing seasons you will already have had that garment, and then you'll just get the accessory. But anyway, so this time you'll get a garment and an accessory. And so we've got, this one was called Spring Fling. I just adore this shawl. I just can't wait to wear her this winter. And she is, we used just a bunch of different fingering yarns, and we did some very basic brioche with some nice eyelet rows so that you can fudge it as you're going, and you don't necessarily have to rip back. But we did have a whole series of stuff about how to start brioche, and then we had a guest come and talk to us about sort of learning brioche and the way that they did it, just from a regular knitter point of view. And then we also had someone come and talk to us about advanced brioche techniques. So we tried to cover all the bases there for you. And a lot of knitters, a lot of Wardrobe Toolboxes did knit this who had never done brioche before, and they mastered it. And some of them said, I love it, I'll do more of it. And others said, I think that'll be the last brioche thing I ever do. It's such a beautiful technique. So it was nice to do that. The next one I did was this one, which is Sweet Melody. And this is a little tea. These are not available to everybody else. These are only available inside Wardrobe Toolbox at the moment, because all the patterns inside Wardrobe Toolbox are exclusive to that membership for 1 year. So you can purchase this inside Wardrobe Toolbox, but it won't be out. These won't be out until the end of this year, early next year. So this is Sweet Melody, and she was a fun little knit, and it's been so interesting for me to watch some of the members adapt her for bust shaping. That has been really, really good. I know Barbara did it and Janine did it. Ruth, I think, did you do it? I can't remember. But you, the way that they've adapted it down the front and, to fit in a bust. So this one has that cute little piqué rolled edge, and it has little piqué seamed hems. It's just this is a really pretty knit. I'm thrilled with this one, actually. I'm going to wear this a lot. I'm looking forward to it. I wore it the other day, and I'm looking forward to this one, just getting into her a little bit more as the weather cools off. You could make her in a really summery yarn, and we actually did a lesson that went with this pattern about summer yarns, and so there's a whole lot of stuff there about different yarns, and you could swap her out for a summer yarn, which is so tempting to do. If I had the time, I'd do that. Then we had, what did I call this one? Freya's Echo. Gosh, it was there. It's just hovering there. I had to wait to download it. Freya's Echo, people said, can we just do Latvian braids? Please, can we do Latvian braids? I said, okay, I'll just give you some Latvian braids. And so we did Latvian braids in this sweater, which I cannot wait to wear. This one I'm really thrilled with. She's quite different, but I'm really looking forward to wearing her. I just fancy things that are a little bit different. So she's got 5 Latvian braids on her. She has a bunch of new techniques. She's a top down in the yoke sweater with this colour work body. So that was a really fun one to make. I made her with some beautiful woolen spun fingering. She's going to be fantastic. I made a skirt to go with her. Oh, I can't wait to wear this one. It's going to be so good. So those were the patterns from last season. There are still some from the season before that haven't been released, and they just slowly get released over the year to everybody else, but you have exclusivity to them for an entire year. Do I limit the number of people into the Wardrobe Toolbox each season? No, Sue, I don't, and I haven't had the need to do that yet. It did occur to me the other day that, we haven't needed to do that yet. We haven't limited it, so we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But right now we're fine. We're good. I've got a good team of people that help me, and so far hopefully we're meeting everybody. We're answering everyone's questions, and sessions aren't getting too long and that sort of thing. Sabrina said we've been spoilt with the amazing patterns this season, not to mention past seasons as well. Yeah. I really enjoyed doing those patterns. I had a blast actually doing those patterns, and I have to say, guys, I tried on I've done a top for you. There's a little top. It's like a mid-season top that's coming with Sweater Fit Plus, and for this new season. And I absolutely love it. I love that top. I put it on the other day. I've got to do the photos yet. I haven't done the photos. I put it on the other day, and I thought, oh, hallelujah, I love this little top. You are going to see me in that a lot, that little top. I used a fingering yarn. It's Phil Colana yarn, just in case you want to know. It's a fingering. And that one is fantastic. I'm really pleased with it. She's quite simple. She's quite a simple knit. I wanted to give you something that was a lovely blank canvas so that you could adapt it and you could practice some of your adaptations on it. And but she's just lovely, and she's going to be fantastic for modifying for you guys. Okie doke. I think that's all I needed to tell you. I've just gone on for a whole hour. I did think I'd get this done in half an hour. I'd tell you about it, but it just went on and on. There is a lot inside. It is a fun thing. I just cannot believe that we have got 5 years under our belts, and that we have grown and evolved in Wardrobe Toolbox, it is always an evolving situation. We're changing as knitters. Everything's changing. New technology comes along, which makes things, different for me. One of the things I've loved this last season is I've got myself a camera and a stands and lights and things, and so on our Q&As I can have a camera above my head like that, and I can easily switch to my hands and show you things. That's been really nice to do that. And things just evolve, and I'm really excited about this new pathway that we created inside Wardrobe Toolbox. And like I said, it will evolve over time. We will make that better and better and better, so that it really meets you where you're at. And I'm looking forward to that. Be great. So the doors open Monday week on the 31st of March. For those of you in the Northern Hemisphere, keep your eyes out for Sunday, but make sure that you're in if you're in on my mini mag list, which you go to trulymyrtle.com/mini mag, or Wardrobe Toolbox. Go to Wardrobe Toolbox now. It's wardrobetoolbox.com. I'll have links underneath this video later today. Then go over to wardrobetoolbox.com, have a little look at the website. If you've got any questions, just sing out, let me know, and I can answer those next week. And just jump on the waiting list, and then I will let you know as soon as the doors open. All right, everybody, have a really, really lovely week. Do lots and lots of knitting, and I hope the weather is good wherever you are. I hope you're enjoying yourself, and I will see you later. Bye. See you later, everyone.